New at 5, new technology will now let you text 911 in Hinds County. Ryan?
That's right. For now, only people with AT&T and Sprint can actually use the service. Now, officials say texting is not the preferred method when you need help. They plan to add C Spire and Verizon customers to the system pretty soon. This feature works just like calling 911, but should only be used as a last resort. Leaders that push for the feature say calling 911 is always the best option.
Just like a text message, they'll be talking to that operator. That operator will send them back a message asking them, what is your emergency?
The only drawback to texting to 911 is we're unable to capture the emotion in a text. We're unable to capture the urgency.
Byram, Clinton, and Jackson police offer the same service. Now, sending fake text messages will get you in trouble, just like calling 911 when it's not an emergency. New tonight, Southern Miss is punishing their very own basketball team. The school decided to self-impose a postseason ban for the men's basketball team this year. This comes after an NCAA investigation for recruiting violations. Nearly 50 top players with bad grades were still getting tuition and other living expenses. The ban will keep the Golden Eagles out of this season's conference basketball tournament. And 2 men are behind bars tonight after a drug bust in Hinds County. Deputies say a tip led them to the suspect behind a barbershop on North State Street last night. Courtney Jackson and Anthony Larry were arrested. Meth, cocaine, and marijuana valued around $40,000 were all found at the scene.
What's really unique about this situation is that we were in the middle of an investigation for something else, and it led us to the arrest of these individuals. We will point out tonight that other arrests are absolutely possible and forthcoming.
Jackson Police and Hinds County deputies teamed up to work together on the case. Tourism, the topic of discussion at the state capitol. Country music star Marty Stewart there to show support for tourism in the state. Earlier, Scott mentioned the governor wants to boost tourism, spending by $5 million more. It's an effort he says could really showcase what Mississippi has to offer.
I think one of the greatest commodities that our state has is the creativity and our natural sights, things to invite people to come here to see. And anytime you can get people to come visit, it always amounts to jobs, it amounts to goodwill, it amounts to healing, it amounts to moving things forward. So I think every bit of this is in the right direction.
Tourism advocates say Mississippi needs to spend more on advertising. Florida spends more than $57 million in a year just on advertising alone, while Mississippi spends $3 million. You know, Megan, Governor Bryant is addressing that and lots of other topics on the State of the State address, right?
Absolutely, Ryan. That speech happening right now at the state capitol. You are taking a live look as they're recognizing the guests in the chambers tonight. The governor is expected to touch on tax cuts,